Good morning, it's day 2. I've got up to edit day 1. It's early. Mash is ready to go out, but I've got a bit of work to do first. And I'm in desperate need of a coffee. Hopefully you enjoy day 1. By the time you're seeing this, hopefully you would have seen that one. I am tired. I got so distracted with editing I forgot I need to take Mash out before work, so we're doing a quick out now and then I'm gonna have to get ready properly afterwards, or maybe I'll just stay in my casual clothes today. Got a little jumper on, the only knitted socks that I own. I'm gonna get this walk done, start work and then report in a little bit. So right now I'm editing the footage from yesterday. I massively underestimated how much work this would be. So today I'm going to try and edit as I go because I'm only halfway through the footage and I start work in half an hour and I haven't had breakfast and I haven't got ready properly. I've just chucked on, let me show you quickly, a very, very comfortable outfit. I've got my Vinterfell by Skeindir on with my Rauma yarn that I bought in Norway. Woven with some gym leggings and the only pair of knitted socks I've ever made, which at the time I hated. They're a DK pattern. I think they're the Thick's Giving socks by Summer Lee, and I hated them, but they're so warm and they fit really nicely. So I don't enjoy making socks, but I would love to have some more in my future. I'm gonna get back to editing. And let's see how this day goes. Okay, I thought we could open the next day of Advent before I start work. It's Pigment and Ply. Oh, perfect, a dog's barking outside. My little guard dog. Also, I just realised this needs patching up really, really badly. Need to dig out the yarn I have left over. I have no idea where it is. But we are on day 2. Mashka, sit down. Come. Yes, good girl. Lay down. Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl. That's it. This is stunning. It's a similar colour story to the other one. Let me show you it next to day 1. Just slightly darker. The day 2 is on top, day 1 is on the bottom. Slightly darker, slightly more purpley blue. I feel like this is going to fade beautifully. That shawl pattern is going to be absolutely perfect, I think, based on the 2 colours I've seen so far. I've still got 22 to go. Right, I'm going to get on with work and maybe have some breakfast. Time for some breakfast. I am starving. gift knits that I need to get done, when they need to be done by, how far along I am, and then each episode I'll update you on how far or not so far I get. So I have 3 jumpers. All 3 of them, the body is done, but they're at various points of finishing. So we've got this one, that the body is done, it needs 2 sleeves and a neckband. We have this one that also has the body done and it needs 2 sleeves and a neckband. So far that's 4 sleeves, 2 neckbands. Oh, 1 second. Okay, and then we have this one that just needs a sleeve. So that's 5 sleeves, 2 neckbands. Now there are 2 projects I'm yet to start, and those are needed sooner than these. So these are all for Christmas. I think Rob's one, we're doing Christmas separately this year so we can both be with our families. So Rob's one needs to be ready a few days early. So let's say Rob's needs to be done by the 20th, and that's like blocked, ends when woven in, everything, so that's 18 days. And the other 2 need to be done for actual Christmas, that's the 25th. Say the 22nd to give it time to block, that's 20 days. On top of that, I need to make a cowl for Rob's mum. So her birthday is next weekend. We are leaving a week today to go away for her birthday with the family. So really, I'd like it finished in less than a week. Oh God, so that one I need to start now. Technically, we are driving about 4.5 hours to get where we're going. But I think I'll probably be doing most of the driving, so depending on how Rob's feeling. So that's probably, let's not rely on that as knitting time, especially not for the thing that's due that weekend. I want to wrap it and make it look nice as well. So I think my priority now will be getting that done. And then the last thing I need to do is I'm going to make another version of my Anya scarf. My pattern that's actually going into testing today. I've just been sitting down replying to all my test knitters. I've got a big testing group this time. I thought it's only one size, technically you only need a couple, but I thought it'd be really nice to see lots of versions, and I want a big group of people, and lots of people have been supporting me through my podcast, and I just want everyone included. So that's going ahead. I'm going to make my own version for my own mum. Her birthday's the 19th of December. So I really want to get it done a few days before then. So I've got like 2 weeks. This is no time. On top of that, I have lots of things I want to make myself, lots of half-finished projects. I've got Chuck, the cable jumper for Andy, I nearly said Andy Nordland from Mixing Sari, and Andy Sutherland, that I want to finish. I want to make my own version of the home V sweater, ideally before Christmas. I don't think it's going to happen. But right, so we've got 5 sleeves, 2 neckbands, a large scarf shawl, and a cowl. Let's get started. The problem is I wanted to do some knitting last night when we sat down to watch some TV before we went to bed. But A, I was super tired, and B, everything needs like starting or picking up. So the 2 home V sweaters need the arms picked up or the neckband picked up. Rob's jumper needs a few picking up, it's got the texture stitch on it. The other 2 projects need starting, and I just didn't have the capacity to do any of that, so I ended up doing nothing. So I think as I have time, I'm going to start, like if I have an hour, I'll go and pick up, rather than do a solid hour of knitting, I'll go and pick up the stitches and set it up ready, so that when I don't have the capacity, I still have something I can work on. That's the strategy anyway. I'm going to sit and have a bit of a break from work. Start the cowl. Oh, I said a break from work, but that's my team's messages going off. Start the cowl. I think I've decided on the Cargill cowl by Crea Bayer. Yes, that's what I've decided on. It's in black yarn, so I don't know how much is going to stand out, but I do think it's going to be really pretty, so I better bloody get started. I'll probably put in some footage of me knitting. We'll see. Speak to you in a bit. Wish me luck. Mesh, let's go. Ready, let's go. Because that's really been helping his sore throat. Oh, I have this really big spot on my lip that just won't go away. It came on the first day of Vlogmas. It's like a really big, like, swollen spot, but doesn't have a head on it. Just in case you wanted to know, I keep seeing it in the camera and it's gross. But yeah, Rob's gone to get ice cream because that's the only thing that seems to soothe him at the moment. And then I'm going to drive us back and I'm going to have some lunch and then back to work. Stinky, stinky dog rolled in stinky, stinky poo, and it's time for a bath, which she hates. Time for a charity. Downtime. Work's quietened down. Quietened? Is that even a word? Has become more quiet because it's basically the end of the day. It's starting to get a bit dark. Mash is under the covers with me on the sofa and I've stuck on a Christmas film. It's Santa Claus 3. I've watched the other two in the last few weeks, so it's time to watch this one. Let me show you what I can see. Santa Claus 3. And this little demon buried beneath the covers. She gets a bit cold and she's still damp from her shower. She stays wet for half the day, so she gets really cold. I am working on the cowl for Rob's mum in the Black Drops Air. I did say I was going to do the Cargill cowl. Silly me, didn't think that the stitch pattern involves picking up from several rows below and I'm knitting in black yarn. It's never going to happen. I don't have time to faff about, so I'm literally just going to make a plain cowl. I'm going to use the same schematic, so I'll cast on the same number of stitches, I'll use the same needle size, but I'm literally just going to do plain stockinette in the middle. I thought about adding an eyelet pattern, something. I just don't think I have time. I'm just going to do really plain, really classic. It's going to be really soft because it's in Drops Air. And I'm going to try and hammer that out this weekend. Let's see what happens. Wish me luck. Come on, baby girl. Shh. Should we go? We are off on our evening walk. We've just been watching a film and I've got a ton of knitting done. just giving Mesh a quick walk around the park before we go up for an early night. Rob needs the rest and I think I do too. I think this is where we call it quits for tonight, and I'll see you in the morning to show an update on how far I got on the cow. Good night.